Does your browser look a little something like this where you've got a dozen tabs open just trying to keep an eye on what is going on in your business? You have your email, Facebook, forms, you have, probably a phone system trying to keep tabs on, who's reaching out to you. Then you have probably a to-do list or some kind of like to-do or ticket or task management system trying to keep tabs of like, okay, what do we still need to do? Who's working on what? Just trying to understand, okay, what are the things that still need to be done in the business? You have a CRM that is doing your scheduling, your billing, etc. Then you have, internal messaging where people are messaging, your team is messaging you, asking questions. You're messaging your team, trying to, just stay in touch with everybody. And all of these systems, not to mention you also have a review platform probably as well. You've got your Google reviews, you've got Facebook reviews. You might have a tool for collecting reviews. With all of these different systems, because they're all separated, very few of them integrate together, you end up with a disaster of a browser. You have a dozen tabs open trying to understand what do you need to do, what's your team working on, what still needs to be done, are we getting things done on time? It's a mess. And it doesn't have to be that way because I built EveryChat. EveryChat brings your entire team together in one system, and we integrate with all of your communication platforms. We do all of your to-do management. We integrate with your primary CRM to pull all of your customer and lead data into our platform, and we organize every note, every to-do, and every message by customer. So when somebody calls you, you're not scrambling to figure out what did they say last to us? What do we still need to do for this customer? It's all in one contact profile that can be integrated into your existing phone systems. So when a customer calls, you'll get a call pop up here at the top right hand of the screen. So while you're on the phone with that customer, you have their contact screen open as well, and you know exactly what's going on. You're not scrambling ahead of that call to pull everything up. EveryChat, because it integrates with so many platforms and plugs directly into your business, can do a lot to help your business run more efficiently. So over the next 3 minutes here, I'm going to give you a very quick tour of our inbox, and then I'm also going to talk to you about some of the additional features that we layer on to help businesses generate more revenue, get more reviews, and just stay organized. Because we have text marketing, we integrate with your CRM and your reviews pages so that once a job is completed on your CRM, we could automatically send them a text asking how the job went. If it went great, we'll send them to your reviews page. If it didn't, we'll collect that feedback privately so you can figure out how you can resolve that issue and maybe turn it into a good review or a loyal customer. There's a lot going on in EveryChat, and what you'll find on the website here are other videos going deeper into each one of these features, but I want to give you a quick summary, a quick overview of what we can do so you at least know what to expect. So as I mentioned, EveryChat is going to integrate with all of your primary communication channels. We're going to go integrate with your phone system so that you can do all of your texting from EveryChat with that existing phone number in your business. And you can connect or purchase as many phone numbers in EveryChat as you'd like. So if you have several phone numbers on RingCentral, maybe you have several phone numbers on DialPad or some other phone system that you're using, we can integrate with all of those phone numbers. So whenever somebody texts you, if you're already texting, or maybe you want to get into texting, we can integrate with those phone numbers so all of your texts come into EveryChat. Same thing with your email. We'll go integrate with your Gmail inboxes, your Outlook inboxes, so everything gets pulled into one system. And it's going to be the same story for everything else. If you're using an existing form solution like JotForm or Service Autopilot or WP Forms or something else, we integrate with a ton of different form solutions. We can also pull all of your form submissions in here as well. So you look across the board, texting, email, forms, website chat, Google and Facebook reviews. We have team chat for internal messaging. This is our replacement for Slack and WhatsApp, so you're not having to leave EveryChat, go talk to your team on the side, and then come back to EveryChat. It's built right here within the product. So whether you're on your computer or you're using our mobile app, you can communicate with the team, your team can communicate with you, and you can make sure that everything's getting done on time and you can get questions answered efficiently. We also go integrate with Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger. So all of these platforms that I've just mentioned come into one inbox. So rather than having a dozen tabs open, trying to keep up with who's messaging you, what do I need to send out for the day, who's managing what, it all comes into this inbox that has been built out to work with teams incredibly well. So there are a few features that I can highlight here. You have team member assignments. So as a message comes in, maybe I'm not available right now, or maybe, for example, somebody might reach out and say, hey, can you please reschedule me for next week? And I don't handle scheduling. Instead of me leaving the message unread in the inbox, hoping one of my team members is going to take care of it, I can assign somebody to that message. So maybe I go down here, Emily reached out to us, and she's asking to be rescheduled. I can just go in here and assign Marcus to that conversation because he handles scheduling. And now Marcus will be notified that he needs to handle that within the inbox. Or one thing to even make it easier is when Marcus logs into the inbox, he can come down here and filter the inbox by what's been assigned to him. And that will only show the messages that he needs to manage. And he can kind of work it like a to-do list. And once he's gotten through all of those messages, he can go back to the main inbox here and help out with the rest of the team on the remaining messages in our primary inbox. And you can keep things clean too. So as new things come into the inbox, those will show up at the top. But of course, as you finish things, those things don't need to sit in your primary inbox anymore. So you can go through here and start checking things off and archive them and move them out of the primary folder so your primary inbox stays clean, stays organized, and you know exactly that you know that the things in your primary inbox still need to be handled. So you can build out processes on top of EveryChat to ensure that things aren't getting lost and your team is working efficiently. So with that, we also have a few more things layered on to help everybody kind of collaborate. So within that, let's jump over to email and I can kind of demonstrate what this looks like. So in this case, somebody reached out about rescheduling a service. And the great thing about our email integration with Gmail and Outlook is just like every other inbox that we have in the system, we've layered a ton of important features on top of it. Some of them being, response time warnings. So knowing exactly how long a lead has been sitting in the inbox. And if they've been sitting in the inbox for too long, we can display a warning and notify your team, letting them know, hey, this lead has been sitting in the inbox for 2 hours now without a response. Somebody needs to handle this. And with that, we can trigger automations to assign people to those conversations automatically, or we can send out text notifications or email notifications. So you're not losing leads because somebody got lost in the inbox. The system can notify you of that. In addition to that, we've built out the email inbox to behave like an audit trail in many ways. So of course you'll see all the messages going in and out from the customer and going out from your team replying to them. But in addition to that, you're also going to see who's been doing what, who assigned a note and created a note related to this message, who assigned a tag to the message or the conversation. It's an audit trail, so you know exactly who's working it, what's the progression of the email, and what's been going on. So who's been assigning notes, who moved it to a different folder, who's been replying to these messages. But in addition to that, one thing that you're going to find throughout EveryChat is this ability to communicate privately with your team within a customer thread. And that's an extension of Team Chat down here, our internal messaging tool, where within a customer's conversation, you can tag in a team member and ask them privately, hey, could you please reschedule this customer for next week or for early November? Rather than having to go to Slack or WhatsApp or some other messaging channel separately, and you have to catch up your team, hey, this is what our customer asked us for, could you please do this? Instead, you can tag them directly into that customer conversation where they already have all the context. You don't have to catch them up. And they'll be notified that, hey, you were tagged within this customer's conversation, and they will find that in their feed up here. The feed will include everything that they've been tagged in every message that has been sent to them, so that they aren't having to click between each email trying to find, did somebody send me a message? The feed will show you every message that is still awaiting your response. So those are going to be one of the features that you'll find in the email inbox. We'll go deeper into the email inbox in a separate video, but there is a lot more to talk about here. So another feature that we can talk about that you'll find across every channel connected to EveryChat is clipping. And this is another feature that you can use within the software to collaborate with your team, especially when there are things that need to be done based on that customer conversation. So for example here, maybe we go to Emily's conversation here, and again, just sticking with this like rescheduling concept. So Emily might reach out to us and say, hey, can you please reschedule this conversation? And rather than remembering it and hoping that I get back around to it, what I can do is I can highlight that conversation, save it as a clip, and turn it into a to-do. And then from that point, I can finalize the to-do and save it on my personal to-do list, or I can assign a team member to it. So maybe I'm not the one who handles scheduling and Alex does. I can save that message as a to-do, assign it to Alex, and now Alex will see that on her to-do list. And as a note, the way that you'll find your to-do list is it's just this little checkbox icon at the top right. You'll click on that and you'll see all of your to-dos right there in that sidebar. So it's super easy. Everything's just within a click away. And you're not having to, again, the point of EveryChat is you're not having to bounce between all of these different platforms to try and keep tabs on what messages have come in, what do I need to do, what have my customers said. It's all in one spot. And then you can also, because all of your team members are a part of EveryChat too, you can then assign messages to each other. You can talk privately amongst each other. It's a perfect system, and that's why so many companies love using EveryChat, especially because we integrate with so many different platforms. It just plugs right into your business. So the final thing that I want to talk about here is going to be our organization in our integration with your CRM to pull in all of your customer and lead data to organize everything into one timeline. And this gets really powerful because we integrate with products like RingCentral, Dialpad, Lawn Phone to detect when incoming calls are happening, and we can match that to your customer data within EveryChat. And then that way, when these calls are coming in, we'll display a pop-up at the top right-hand side of your screen saying, for example, Riley Potoshnik is calling, and you'll have a button right below that to say Open Contact Profile. And when you do that, I'll show you what this might look like. Within that contact profile, you're going to have all of your important information in front of you. Now, if I had notes saved to this customer, you'll see all of your notes here. So maybe their gate code, things that they've mentioned to you in the past that you need to remember. You might also have to-dos associated to them. So maybe, again, sticking with this previous example of rescheduling, maybe they had asked you to reschedule their a service for next week. You would see that to-do that's associated to them that they asked you to complete. And then finally, the thing that's really valuable, especially when a customer might call in with a complaint or something saying, hey, I asked you to do this, but you didn't do it, is the communication timeline. The communication timeline will show you every review, text, web chat submission, form chat submission, email, etc. in one timeline. So as you're on the phone with that individual, all you have to do is go scroll up through the list and find that text, find that email, find that Facebook message. It's all in one spot. So instead of going and looking at Facebook Messenger separately, or checking email separately, or texts, and having all of these scattered inboxes that this customer might have reached out to you on, it's in one channel. And that's the beauty of EveryChat integrating with all of these systems, is we can organize your data like this, so your team isn't scrambling to find this information. It's in one spot. So this is just a little overview of EveryChat's inbox capabilities, our integration capabilities, not to mention all of the texting things that we will talk about in a separate video, things like texting automation. So one of those examples might be when a call is missed and we integrate with your phone system, we can send missed call texts out to that individual to just simply say, hey, sorry we missed your call. Or you can go deeper and build out automations to have our system figure out who they are, why they're calling, and what your team needs to do to handle that situation. That's an example of our bot that can step in and ask questions for you, so your team isn't having to do that yourself. You can embed that same automation on things like door hangers or on the side of your trucks using QR codes, or even in our feature called Web Chat, where people can text you from your website, and our chatbot can step in and qualify that lead for you. There is so much that you can do within the product, including text campaigns, scheduling meetings with our scheduling links that integrate with your Google and Outlook calendars. There's so much we'll talk about that you'll find on our features page within our EveryChat website that will give you more details about how each feature works, what you can do with the product, so you have a full idea of what the product's capable of and how your team can use EveryChat to work more efficiently, to just ensure that things don't get missed and you capitalize on more of the opportunities coming into your business, and you're not missing them because of silly mistakes, because something got buried in your inbox, or you told somebody that you're going to do something but you forgot to do it. EveryChat is the perfect system for consolidating and simplifying your business so you get more done and minimize mistakes. So if you have any questions for me, please reach out. I would be happy to help.